Let's go over Star Wars The Last Jedi when it comes to Luke Skywalker's death and how actor Mark Hamill feels about this. This is Mike Zero here once again. If you guys are new here to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, in case you guys were unaware, J.J. Abrams actually spoke about The Last Jedi, the fan backlash, and how it won't affect Star Wars Episode 9 and more. Those stories can be found below in the description. Go ahead and check them out. But additionally, aside from all of that, we also learned about Mark Hamill's feelings on the death of Luke Skywalker, and that there was actually a small conversation between himself and Rian Johnson on delaying his character's death. So this is what actor Mark Hamill had to say about Luke's death that was actually done by director Rian Johnson. So Hamill had this to say: "Well, I'm still in denial." He goes on to state, "I just think he transported somewhere else. The first thing I said to Rian Johnson was, can't you just wait and do this in Star Wars Episode 9? Why Star Wars The Last Jedi?" So that is exactly how actor Mark Hamill feels about Luke Skywalker's death. He still believes and wants to believe that he just vanished and teleported somewhere else. He doesn't want to come to terms with Luke Skywalker's death. Also, on top of that, he asked director Rian Johnson, he stated, "The first thing I said to Rian was, well, can't you wait and do this in Star Wars Episode 9? So, Mark Hamill also wanted Luke Skywalker to die, at least in a later film in the sequel trilogy. Now, in many of my videos, I have expressed my feelings on this, and I 100% do agree that Mark Hamill's character, Luke Skywalker, should have at least been saved until the very end of Star Wars Episode 9, and it's very, very interesting to know about actor Mark Hamill's views and his feelings of this big decision by director Rian Johnson. I can kind of feel why Mark Hamill is in denial in his mind, thinking that he just teleported somewhere and that he's safe somewhere else. I mean, that would be a pretty big, shocking revelation if that were to come true in Star Wars Episode 9, where, you know, he just teleported off of Octu and then boom, he's back on Tatooine or something, who knows. But, looking at the facts here, Luke is dead, sadly, from what we know right now, unless J.J. Abrams really wanted to push it and turn it around. He could if he really wanted to, but it's safe to say that Luke will be returning in the form of a Force ghost. Now, not too long ago, almost a year ago actually, there was a Twitter post by Mark Hamill where he did state that off with the beard, at least until Star Wars Episode 9. Now, that was of course during the times when Colin Trevorrow was still on board for Episode 9, and that in and on itself suggested Luke's return, either in the form of a Force ghost or, who knows, maybe a flashback for all we know. But that was back when Colin was on board. Now that JJ is on board for directing this movie, it's very hard to say exactly if Mark Hamill is still going to return for Star Wars Episode 9. I mean, hey, it's plausible. I mean, it makes sense to bring him back, right? It just makes sense. Either in the form of a Force ghost, or maybe even more flashback sequences telling more of Kylo Ren's past. Either way, you know, they could do that. So guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about Mark Hamill's statement of Luke Skywalker's death and that little conversation that he had with Rian, asking Rian to save Luke Skywalker's death until the very end of Star Wars Episode 9. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all that. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.